My friends, I wanted to come on and do a love reading, and I'm feeling called to start with tarot today. So we're going to see what's going on in your situation, if anything. We have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups and the Empress. So the Knight of Cups kind of follows their intuition no matter what. The Seven of Cups shows confusion. Mixed signals. Maybe you're feeling like an option, or you could be confused if you have a strong intuitive bond with this person and it's not going the way you want it to be going. But before I start guessing, I'm going to look directly at your energy. Nine of Wands. So it's funny, I just tried to record this reading and I had to restart it, but the Nine of Wands came out for you. So you could be quite guarded right now. You could be feeling wounded and weary from battle, but trying to persevere with hope and determination. The Nine of Wands, it's a love that's not easy. So let's see what we got going on here. We've got the Ten of Cups. Oh my gosh, we've got the Ten of Cups, the Ace of Cups, and the Lovers, and the Three of Swords. So it could be that you have a very strong intuitive connection with this person, or an intuitive knowing that you're supposed to be connected with this person, but that Three of Swords kind of speaks to heartbreak, pain. Like I said, that Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups could show that maybe you're not trusting your intuition, or you're tired of trusting your intuition and not seeing anything in the 3D. But let's confirm your energy, their energy. So I'm going to look at your energy first. Show me the viewer's energy. Seven of Wands, Four of Cups, Queen of Swords. What's going on here? This energy has been coming out a lot. So Four of Cups, you're not happy with the way this is played out. You could even be refusing offers from other people, because maybe you intuitively felt like you and this person were supposed to be together with that Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups. But clearly there was some sort of pain or heartbreak here with the Three of Swords. Maybe they ran off. Four of Swords, you could have felt like this person took you for granted. Again, you're not happy with the way things have played out here. Also, you could be refusing their offers, or offer. Why did I say offers? Maybe they've offered you something multiple times. But perhaps they've communicated with you and you haven't responded, or maybe whatever they reached out with wasn't substantial. Because the Seven of Wands, oh my goodness. The Seven of Wands shows you're guarded and you could have boundaries up. It's like you're defending your territory, or you're, oh, gross. Dogs are disgusting. I just got a message about my dog Bear. Oh dear. Anyway, he rolled around in poop. So he smells like poop now. I'm glad he's not in my room. Anyway, maybe this is a stinky situation. Maybe whatever offer you got smelled fishy. But anyway, you're on guard here. And we have the Four of Pentacles, so it looks like you're protecting your energy, right? Maybe this person, like there was something about finances, like maybe you're holding your pentacles close to your chest, but this is about holding back and guarding your energy. And the Four of Pentacles, it's also this energy of not being able to let go of someone. But again, what I was seeing was Knight of Cups, Seven of Wands, your intuition. You have a very strong intuitive knowing about this, but then that Seven of Cups shows like maybe you think you're delusional or you were imagining things. And you know what I'm going to say about that? You were not. We have the Well in reverse. So this is a bonus card in this deck. And if you look at this image, this person is kind of protecting that well. It's in reverse though. So when I think of a well, like looking at this well looks like it's full. So perhaps you're feeling like your cup is quite empty right now. What did we have on the bottom? The Queen of Swords and the Star. So it does look like you could be like, look, no contact. Swords down in tarot, no contact. So it does look like you're protecting your energy. And we have the Star underneath, so you could be focusing on healing right now. I can't show you, well, I can just cover the boobies, but the Star. So trying to remain hopeful. But yeah, Queen of Swords, look at that sword down. The Queen of Swords is also about boundaries. So it doesn't feel like you're communicating with this person. And if they did reach out, to me, it does not look like you were interested in whatever they were coming through with. I feel like it's no contact though. All right, let's see their energy. Show me their energy. We have death. So they could have just experienced an ending in their life. We have the Hermit. Self-reflection, isolation, Virgo energy. The Emperor is right underneath that. And the Page of Swords. I don't know, I feel like for some of you this person reached out. Okay. We have two cards of communication here, the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So for some of you, they did reach out to you. For others, they could be about to. The thing that I'm seeing is a transformation in their energy. So I'm not sure why you put up boundaries or why you're protecting your energy. But we have the Seven of Swords in the upright, which means this person could have tried to get away with something, or they could have snuck away from this connection or ran away from this connection. They could have been denying looking at their own shadows. And what I'm seeing, there goes my nose again. We have death here. So you could have been dealing with someone who is really resisting going within, resisting on reflecting. Maybe they just had an ending in their life, or a death in their life that kind of made them have an epiphany, because we have the Ace of Swords here. That's such an interesting Ace of Swords, isn't it? The hand is not on the handle. I'll come back to you in a minute. So what I'm seeing here is with the Death card, you know, the shadow of the Death card is repeating negative emotional patterns. And I'm kind of hearing that. So it looks like this person is having some sort of breakthrough about their own Seven of Swords behavior, about what they've been running from or what they've been avoiding. And like I said, the fact that you are holding back and you feel like you're protecting your energy, this person could have hurt you when they snuck away, or when they, whatever the Seven of Swords is about for you. It can be a few different things. It can be deception, dishonesty. It can be manipulation. It can be someone refusing to go within. But they're having an epiphany here. Possibly about communication. Like, it's almost like I don't know if you've heard from this person. I think some of you have, but you haven't responded. Because just the way this hand is over the blade, they could be having some sort of realization about their communication, or they're trying to hold back from communicating with you. That Eight of Wands, you know, typically in tarot we see the Eight of Wands as communication. But it also means rapid change and rapid growth. So if you were dealing with someone who was, you know, unwilling to look within, or running from their own shadows, or running from love, it feels like this epiphany, this breakthrough moment, is bringing rapid change and rapid growth and transformation. Like, death is in the upright. So whatever they've been resisting, whatever change they've been resisting, there's now like an accelerated transformation happening. And the Hermit, they really are self-reflecting right now, going within. And you know, we've had this energy come through a lot in the last little while with the boundaries. And underneath the Hermit, we have the Emperor. So it's almost like this is what you don't see coming, is that they're transforming, or hopefully they're transforming into that Emperor energy. Let's see the connecting energy between you. What is the connecting energy between you? Oh, we have the Devil. The Devil. We have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. So it doesn't feel like there's any action being taken. And if there was action being taken, I don't think you responded. Oh my gosh, my nose will not stop running. What the heck? So Two of Pentacles in reverse, it does show confusion. It shows, there could have been an imbalance of energy in this connection, which I see all the time. It doesn't look like either of you are focused on each other right now. It looks like you're both focused on learning lessons and healing. For you, boundaries are coming through strongly with the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Wands. That's boundaries, if I've ever seen it. Nine of Wands. So again, this was a love that was not easy. And it doesn't feel like anyone's taking action towards each other here. And I feel like there's a lot of shadow work going on, or healing of unhealthy patterns or attachments with the Devil. You could both be like obsessing about each other right now. It's like neither one of you are focused on each other right now. You're focused on yourselves. And again, on your side, I'm seeing protecting your energy, boundaries, maybe refusing an offer, protecting your well, protecting your cup. On their side, it's all about transformation and realizations. So perhaps the boundaries you enforced gave this person a wake-up call. All right. And, well, I won't say anything yet. Let me see what... I want to look at the past before I continue on. So, Spirit, show me the past energy within this connection. Show me past energy within this connection. Seven of Cups. Okay, so it feels like this person they could have been wearing a mask. There could have been a lot of confusion in this connection, especially with that Seven of Wands. Like this person could have been, sorry, not the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Swords. This person could have been wearing a mask, or they could have been deceiving you in some way, or they could have been trying to hide from their shadows. Like this Seven of Cups, it's confusion. And that will happen if you're dealing with someone in Seven of Swords energy who's like deceiving you or not being honest with you or even manipulating you. This is also feeling like an option. So somebody here could have been keeping their options open, or they were prioritizing other things over this connection. But look at that mask. So it feels like this person was wearing a mask in some sense. And like I'm seeing the need to transform. And think about all the sevens we have here. Like you have the Seven of Wands, they have the Seven of Swords, and here we have the Seven of Cups. So it feels like you both needed to transform what was happening in this connection. We have the Four of Swords. So withdrawn energy, a break, right? Rest that brings healing and awakening, clarity. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, which is stuck in a rut. So it feels like this connection got really stuck in a rut. I'm just trying to piece together all the puzzle pieces here. It feels like this connection got stuck in a rut, blocked throat chakra. This person could have been neglecting this connection. I don't think, some people may think, like, why do you always assume it's the person that they're connected to that's neglecting the connection? Well, because you're the ones sitting here watching tarot about this person, still not neglecting this connection. Like, anyway, the person, Seven of Swords on their side, I think they were neglecting this connection. But it's like, it becomes, that Knight of Pentacles in reverse is very stuck, very stagnant energy. And in order to break up stuck and stagnant energy, to get it moving again, there's usually a Tower moment or an ending to bring transformation. We have the Sun here. So past energy, this person could have been taking you for granted. I'm just thinking, like, we have some, you know, the way that, well, I don't need to explain tarot, but the way that tarot works, like, I have the Seven of Cups here, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, and the Four of Swords, which are all like shadowy energies. So I'm kind of looking at the shadow energy of the Sun. So it feels like, there was a lot of confusion in this connection. There could have been, like, your unhealed wounds could have been being triggered. This person could have taken you for granted with the Knight of Pentacles there, like neglecting you, making you feel like an option, right? Not prioritizing this connection. And we have Four of Swords, so it feels like this went into separation or a break. Maybe you put up boundaries and withdrew your energy. Two of Cups, so there was feelings there. But I don't think this person was showing up as a team. And Queen of Swords, you had to put up boundaries, or you realized your worth, or you spoke your truth and they bolted. I kind of want to get some channeled energy or channeled messages, but whoops, before I get into the rest of this reading. Hang on. All right, this wasn't the deck I was going for, but Spirit told me this deck. So I'm just going to get a couple of these to give me a better understanding of what is going on in this person's head right now. We have infatuation, so they could be infatuated with you right now. Very confusing situation in the past here. And like I said, with that Knight of Cups in the very beginning, it feels like your intuition was telling you that this was a very strong connection. So maybe you kept putting in effort, but it feels like there needed to be an ending. All right, just a couple, get away from me. Just a couple of channeled messages for you. So let's see what's going on in this person's head right now. What is going on in this person's head right now? What is going, you could have been dealing with a Leo. It didn't come out. One more. Okay. We have mentally materialistic on the bottom. So you could have been dealing with someone who was hyper fixated on finances or their job or what other people think. Chasing money to increase self-worth, wasn't equipped to handle your connection, so they'd rather focus on what they can control. Distorted masculine energy. All right, let's see what we have. They're all face down. The Chaser. Feels unwanted and self-blames. Feeling pain and hopelessness in a confusing situation. Feeling empty and lost without the twin. Experiences dark night of the soul. I don't know what I did to push you away. Was it something I did? Was it something I said? You told me you loved me and never felt this way before. Then why did you leave me? So I'm here. I don't know if this one is about your person though, except if you put up boundaries, they could feel like you were pushing them away, even though it was more about protecting your energy. They could have felt like you were pushing them away because you put up boundaries. But I almost think that you might have been chasing this situation. I don't think you are anymore. You know, we have the white flag here. So it almost feels like you surrendered your chasing boots. Because what I'm seeing in your energy is someone who was being neglected, someone who was made to feel like an option, someone who was putting in a lot of time and energy. 9 of Wands, you were persevering, wounded and weary from battle, but persevering with hope and determination. Trusting your intuition, but I think it got to be too much for you, and maybe you surrendered this chaser energy, right? And I just feel like it's made a huge impact in your person's energy. You could be counterparts because there's a huge shift happening in your person's energy because of your boundaries. So they could actually be turning into the chaser, is what I'm hearing. Victim mentality. So it feels like whoever you were dealing with had this victim mentality. And instead of, looking at their shadows, they would run away from them. Or this could have been someone who always blamed other people with that 7 of Swords. They could, and maybe that Death card, maybe something happened in their life where they were blaming others, or they had that victim mentality and somebody called them on it. Ow. I don't think you're chasing this person. I don't think you're chasing them. Not with your energy. If anything, you're refusing an offer from them, or you're in the energy of not in, like, nope, if they come through, nope, 4 of Cups, like refusing that offer. So we have surrender, not resisting, but going with the flow. For numbers, we have 48. So April 8th, August 4th, June 4th, April 6th, May 4th, April 5th. April could be symbolic. I am ready to surrender myself to our connection. I will no longer run away from it, and I will no longer deny it. I am trusting in the universe and our love for one another. And remember their energy. They're having an epiphany about their 7 of Swords behavior. And it's causing rapid change and rapid growth. Victim mentality. So this person could have had a victim mentality when you were together, feels stuck, has a negative attitude, thinks life is against them, has difficulty coping, believes they have no control over things that happen to them, and blames others. So you know what I'm hearing? Like, this could have been someone who was having tower moments or has problems in connections because of that 7 of Swords behavior, but they don't understand. It's like they're lacking self-awareness. And I think that's what's happening to them right now, is they're becoming more self-aware. I just can't. I'm feeling hopeless and helpless. There's nothing that I can do. Life is what it is, and we just have to accept our circumstances. I've always hated that expression. It is what it is. I hate that expression. So they could be going through a dark night of the soul. Well, this says feels empty and lost without twin, experiences dark night of the soul. So it almost feels, and my nose stopped running. So it almost feels like if you were chasing this person and they were running, and then you put up boundaries and started protecting your energy, I'm seeing you fending them off with a stick. I feel like it's created a shift in the dynamic. Current energy, you're definitely not focused on them right now. And they're focused on self-reflection right now. Let's get a few more. Let's get 2 more. Spring, March 20th to June 20th could be symbolic for this connection. 1997, or September 7th, July 9th. Spring. Gemini, 84, so 1984, August 4th, April 8th. I wasn't always there when you needed me the most. Instead of trying to comfort you, I would jump ship because I couldn't deal with my own emotions, let alone yours. You could be someone who's highly, like, I'm seeing maybe you're a highly sensitive person. Maybe you are very emotionally intelligent. Maybe this is someone who is emotionally avoidant. So if you were to cry or anything, they would get uncomfortable. You know what I mean? Maybe they were lacking empathy when you cried. Indecisive, listen to this. Indecisive, impulsive, unreliable, bored easily, unstable. Gemini energy. So I'm hearing like this person was lacking self-awareness, was maybe like very cold with that Seven of Swords energy. And you could have been the opposite. You could have been very caring. You could have been very emotional. You could have been like, let's talk about it. And I think that that triggered them. I was hearing like maybe when you cried, they were just like, ugh, why are you crying again? Okay, one more. One more. It's funny because I'm feeling very age difference. So there could be an age difference between you, or even like you're more emotionally mature than this person. I know there's an age gap between us, and some may even object to that. However, we are so similar in many ways, regardless of our differences. Age difference, 62. So July 2nd, May, no, not May. May could be symbolic. February 6th. Instant cosmic connection. Similar upbringing. Difference in age. Or difference in maturity level. There's no more. We have critical juncture. So you're both at some sort of critical juncture here, or you came to a critical juncture where maybe you had to put up boundaries. We have glow up. It's funny, chaser and glow up went over here, and all the rest landed here, which when I do the over the head readings, the left side to me, because that's the left side of our body, divine feminine, it's like this is you. There's only two cards that fell way over here, glow up and chaser energy. Overcoming negativity, feeling confident and being on the right path in life, connecting with others, positive vibes, March 1st, January 3rd. I'm working on myself every day. I hope to improve spiritually and emotionally. This person is working on themselves though. Like they're going through rapid change, rapid growth, 8 of Wands, transformation they're having an epiphany about their Seven of Swords issues. I'm working, I hope to improve, what is wrong with me? I hope to improve spiritually and emotionally to become a better person that deserves you. I am moving forward in my life and hope to reunite with you one day. And remember, glow up energy comes from within when we start to heal, when we become more self-aware. And critical juncture, May 5th, 55, positive change. Taking a leap of faith, major decisions affecting the outcome, turning points that alter the course of evolution of the connection. And that's what I'm hearing with your boundaries, or you protecting your energy finally. It's like it's been a turning point or a tipping point, whatever, in this connection, and it's affecting your person's energy. So it's like you've learned a powerful lesson. Boundaries can be powerful. I know I have control over my life. No one is holding me captive and no one is controlling my circumstances. So they're getting rid of that victim mentality. I recognize the power of my free will and I choose to be happy. And mentally materialistic, this person, that card talked about them caring what other people think. So if there was an age difference, they were probably caring what other people thought. Or if you work together. All right. I'm just gonna put those there, and I'll probably get a few more of those near the end. Where's my, here we go. So I want to see how you're feeling about this person. How are you feeling about this person? How are you feeling about this person? That's a lot. King of Wands, King of Swords. The Tower. There's something about masking here. Or someone like hiding behind a mask or unwilling to look at their shadows. Look at this Tower card, and the person is falling out of that tower with the mask. So for how you feel about this person, something came to an end here with the Tower. You had to let that tower fall. Remember I talked about in the past, stagnant energy. The only thing that breaks up stagnant energy is a tower. So for how you feel about this person, you could be feeling it's up to them to take control of the situation and to come forward with communication, with clear communication, bold action. So let's just say this person sent you a small message. I think that you didn't respond to it, or maybe you didn't even open it. Or maybe you saw it as, a crumb. For how you feel about this person, you're probably quite attracted to them. They could be very intellectual, very logical with the King of Swords and the King of Wands. But the shadow attributes of the King of Wands and the King of Swords is someone who denies taking accountability. They can be highly defensive. King of Wands can be quite self-focused to the point where they can neglect you because they're so busy focusing on the things that they want to focus on. This person could have had a lot of ego happening. Six of Pentacles. So maybe you feel like this person needs help. And I mean that in the most loving way possible, but maybe you think they need help, as in therapy, counseling. The fact that the Six of Pentacles is here, I seriously doubt. Yeah, I seriously doubt that everything was hunky-dory and it was equal give and take. Because in the past I was seeing non-equal give and take. I was seeing someone neglecting this connection. Someone being inconsistent. Someone making you feel like an option. So for how you feel about this person, I think that there was a lack of equal give and take. And before I picked up this card, I said, for those of you who heard from them, they could have just sent a crumb. And I didn't even see this, but this Six of Pentacles card can represent breadcrumbing, where you see someone begging for more. So you could have been begging them for more. So it's looking to me like you feel like this was an unstable connection. There's something about a mask here. There's something about a mask. Maybe you saw underneath this person's mask. It feels to me like you would need to see a shift in them. A huge shift. With the Tower, you would need to see a foundational shift in them in the way they give and receive energy. Queen of Pentacles on the bottom. Protecting your energy. Look at that. So unless they can add to your life, you could be wanting to protect your energy. 5 of Swords feels like this person, you could have felt like they were playing mind games with you. You could feel like they sabotaged this connection, or even worse, they messed with your mind. 7 of Swords. That they need to reflect and heal and do some soul searching. Become more self-aware. It's a very quiet energy I'm picking up on. Like usually I'm giggling and I'm like, woo! But this is very like quiet. It's not bad. It's just quiet. The Emperor right underneath that. All right. You could feel like this is your divine masculine. Like if you look at this person looks like they're begging. All right. Let's see how they're feeling about you. They're having realizations, they're transforming, so let's see how they're feeling about you. 9 of Swords, anxiety, overthinking. The Chariot. So, for how they feel about you, they could be feeling scared that you've moved on, or that you're moving forward with your life without them. And I hope that you're continuing to move forward. We should never put our lives on holds for anybody. Life on hold. There we go. We should never put our life on hold for anyone. But this person is losing sleep about you right now. This person is very anxious to come towards you, very scared. I'm hearing shaken in their boots. And you know, if they did come towards you and you didn't respond, now they're like, what is going on? Sleepless nights, anxiety, fear. The Chariot. I'm getting that they're afraid that you've moved on. Knight of Swords on the bottom. In the past, you could have chased them. You could have been quite focused on them, but now you're feeling silent and guarded. And again, you could have seen through them, High Priestess. You could have seen through that mask or those shadows or programming. How are they feeling about you? The Fool. Queen of Swords. Again, they could have taken a leap of faith towards you already, but they're feeling apprehensive about coming towards you, probably because of boundaries and because they're in their fear a little bit here. Again, I'm also hearing there's a fear that you've moved on. What do I need to know about this person's spirit and what they're going through? What do I need to know about this person and what they're going through? Okay, so they're hitting rock bottom. 10 of Swords. Again, they could have just went through an ending or had something painful happen to them in their life, but they're hitting rock bottom. And when you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. This 10 of Swords actually brings that Ace of Swords, like an epiphany. So they're feeling like they're in pain right now. They feel like they've hit rock bottom. I think this positive change, exactly, there's nowhere to go but up. So them hitting rock bottom is causing positive change. And remember, you're not focused on them right now. Keep not focusing on them. Don't watch that pot. Don't wait for it to boil. The song Iris could be symbolic, or the name. 7 of Pentacles. Waiting. Waiting. So I think for what you need to know about this person is they're still invested in this connection, silent or not. Page of Swords. So again, for some of you, they sent a message to you and you didn't answer or didn't read it, whatever. And it's like they're waiting for your response. And that could be causing that anxiety. For others of you, this is about waiting to reach out. This is about, I do feel like they're learning lessons here with the Ten of Swords and the Page of Swords. They're learning something here, but Page of Swords, it's like they're interested in talking to you, but they're like waiting here. Hesitating, maybe procrastinating a little. Making positive changes. All right, I want to see how this person is feeling about you with this deck. Actually, I'm going to get cards for both of you. I thought of this deck right before I started your reading, which means I needed to get it. Adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So they're going through challenges right now, that Ten of Swords, the Death, and they're learning something. So I'm going to get a card for you. We have Fear. Fear, that's them. Nine of Swords. All right. Oh, look at that. No bottom of the deck. Interesting. So let's get your energy. Show me the viewer's energy right now, or what lesson are you focusing on? What lesson are you learning from this connection? Happiness. Beautiful. Self-esteem. Not because they were making you happy is what I'm hearing. Like, I hate to say it, but I think this is because you empowered yourself. These are lesson cards. So what lessons are you learning from this connection? You're learning that happiness comes from within you, not outside of you. Self-esteem comes from within you, not outside of you, right? So what lessons are you learning right now? How to give to yourself, how to work on your own self-esteem, that someone else's actions is not about who you are, it's about what's going on within them, that somebody else's shadows projecting outwards are not a reflection of your worth, it's a reflection of what's going on within them. Learning to be happy in your own energy, learning to choose happiness over unhealthy situations. You could be focusing on things that fulfill you right now. Dolphins, effective communication, feeling more confident, putting up boundaries. Self-esteem, I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Beautiful. And happiness, I am aware that being happy means I'm on the right path. Yes, definitely. Definitely. Means you're in alignment. Those are good lessons. But like I said, I don't think they taught you through being a perfect partner or telling you like, oh, you're so amazing. I think it was through the trials and tribulations with this person that you've learned a lesson about self-esteem and happiness. All right, one more for you. What lesson are you learning from this? Peace. Peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. So this journey could be teaching you patience, how to find your inner peace when someone is Seven of Swordsing you or deceiving you or running from you. Learning how to be more at peace with yourself and your own energy, with your shadows. I am a being of love. That's beautiful. And what's this other one? Change. Yes. So you're learning this connection changed you. Even if it broke your heart, it has changed you for the better. It's made you grow and evolve, pushed you out of your comfort zone maybe. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. and think about the past energy stuck in a rut, stuck and stagnant. And this could also be about maybe you didn't see a change in the energy they were giving you, or you didn't see a change in their behavior. And without change, nothing can grow or evolve. I like it. So, what lessons is this person learning? I hope they're learning some good ones too. What lessons is your person currently learning? Doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. It's funny because they're in an energy of like self-doubt and anxiety right now. Maybe you were meant to teach them not to doubt the power of change, the power of healing, not to doubt themselves. Surrender. They're surrendering. Remember that white card. So they're learning a lesson about surrendering. Perhaps even when it comes to arguments. Like this could have been someone, 7 of Swords, 5 of Swords, who is quite argumentative, distorted masculine energy. Maybe they're surrendering their need to be right, or surrendering to their own healing journey, surrendering to their shadows. We have adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. So they're learning how to overcome adversity and make positive change. And that just because there's challenges in their life doesn't mean they're a victim, but it's an opportunity to grow. It's an opportunity for realignment. Purpose fell right over your pile. Like it went whoosh, right on top of your pile. So you may be learning about your purpose because of this connection. I know what I am here to do. This person could doubt relationships because underneath doubt we have relationships. So this could be someone that doesn't trust relationships, doesn't trust that love stays. You know? Let's get a few more for them. What lessons is being learned within this connection with your person on their side? Death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. Transformation. Again, for some of you, there could have been a death in their energy that really woke them up. We have blame. So they're learning a lesson in blaming others and pointing the finger at others. Whenever we point the finger at others, we should be pointing the finger inwards. So this person could have blamed you unfairly. That 7 of Swords can be about that. About someone who... Remember when I asked how you felt about them, the King of Swords came out. So this could have been someone who was not willing to accept accountability, or could have blamed other things, or instead of like, I'm sorry I hurt you, they could have given you a lot of excuses or blamed other things or you. Especially if you're a highly sensitive person. Denial. Denying their own shadows, denying this connection, denying that they need to heal, denying that they blame others. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. Good. Please don't take my quiet energy as anything wrong with me. I'm great. I'm great. I'm good. I'm great. Except being nervous about surgery. I'm nervous about surgery. But other than that, I'm good. It's just sometimes I really embody the energy that I'm channeling, and sometimes I embody it so much that I need to take a nap after I do a reading. All right, so I picked up this deck, but I don't actually want this deck yet. I don't actually want this deck yet. I want to see what Spirit can tell me about this. What's coming, what we need to know about this. Silence. So it is silent. Remember, I'm talking about how quiet I feel. quiet, not talking, silent treatment. You could have been dealing with someone who gave you the silent treatment, or maybe you had to go silent. Silence can be a boundary too. I saw breakthrough. So your silence could have caused a breakthrough. Nothing there. Nothing there. Education, learning lessons. Lesson learned. Graduating from lessons learned, or maybe you're a student or your person is. All right, so what do we need to know here? We have friends to lovers. So right away I'm going to say, you could have been friends that turned into lovers. But whenever I see this card, it's like a take things slow. So take it slow. Friends to lovers, take it slow. Did you guys see that? Breakthrough. That was insane how that happened. Your person is having a breakthrough. Epiphany, clarity, new understanding. That's them, Ace of Swords. Destiny, fated events. So this is a fated epiphany. This is all happening the way it was meant to. Did you guys see that? That was insane. Those two just came flying off the top of the deck. February 14th, 18th could be symbolic. Let's see what we need to know about this connection for you. Authentic. So alignment, in tune, living authentically and intentionally. Is that you? Are you feeling like you're in alignment? Remember, if you're happy, you're in alignment. Authentic, being your true self, real, genuine, Queen of Swords. So perhaps you were someone in the past who struggled to be your authentic self or ask for your needs to be met or put up boundaries. Reappear. So this person is going to reappear in your energy, hopefully more in alignment, right? Hermit, Emperor. They're going to come out of their little hobbit hole in Emperor energy, hopefully. When they reappear, don't let them push you out of alignment. Don't let them bring you down. Speak your authentic truth, be your authentic self, no fear, no regrets. Like if this person comes waltzing back in, hello, and you're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to say the wrong thing or it's going to push them away. F that. Speak your authentic truth. Say, oh, you're back. Have you been healing? Or whatever you want to say to them. Be your authentic self. Very important. You don't want to start not being your authentic self and walking on eggshells and watching, like, don't live in fear of pushing this person away. No fear. No regrets. Okay? Hello! Oh, that's funny. Unfinished. So this, no bottom of the deck, this is unfinished. There's still loose ends to be tied up. We have unfinished business we need to resolve and discuss. Evil eye protection. Protect your energy. I think you're protecting your energy right now. That's what I was seeing. 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. That's protecting your energy. External, outside of your control. So I feel like you realized what was going on here was outside of your control. Remember that change card? The wisdom to change the things I can. Wait, what is it? I should know it. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, your person, The courage to change, no, to change the things I can and the courage to change the things I can. Oh dear. And the wisdom to know the difference. So I think that you realized that what was going on with them was outside of your control, and you released control and started protecting your energy. And again, this is a shift I'm seeing in divine feminines. Like, this has been coming through a lot. Days this week. So if they reappear, hello, and they're just giving you that little crumb, protect your energy. If they reappear and they're still in that negative energy, protect your energy. But I'm seeing your person like is going through a transformation. They've had a breakthrough moment. This week, within days. What's coming this week? Let's have a look. What's coming this week? I saw self-improve. Choices. You're going to have a choice to make. We do have wealth looking up for you. That's good. Building wealth, new income. That's positive. Stability. Emperor energy. So for you this week, maybe you have an increase in finances, or maybe you're feeling more stable. I feel like you're going to see a change in this person, coming in strong, secure, unwavering. This can also be about you standing strong in your boundaries, being unwavering, not being tempted to take that crumb. Update, news, communication. So maybe you hear something about this person this week, or you see an update online, although step away from creeping if you can. It doesn't do you any good to see what they're up to. But whatever this communication is, I feel like you need to stand strong in your boundaries, in alignment, in your authentic truth. And if they're ready, they'll meet you there. If they're not ready, they'll probably run again. And that's not a reflection of you or your worth. It's about them, right? I'm gonna have to get advice about this communication. But when I said what's coming this week, communication, news, you're gonna hear something about this person or from this person. Two more. Talking stage, getting to know each other again, reopening communication, texting. Doesn't look like you're sharing a bed though, not yet. How long has it been since you heard from this person? Well, that answers my question. We have over a month and a long period, at least a year. So you've known this person over a month, maybe a long time. I was hearing 7 years for some of you. And maybe you haven't spoken to them in a very long time. Maybe they've been unhealed for a very long time. Like maybe this has been going on a very long time. Being so repetitive. So underneath talking stage, we have yin and yang. So if you're meant to be talking, if you're in alignment, it'll feel like puzzle pieces clicking together. If it's time, you'll feel like opening up to them. Listen to your body. If you get a message and it's very short and it makes you feel sick or anxious or scared, or your body like reacts in that way, it's your body's way of like warning you. It's almost like your body's rejecting it. But if you feel balanced, if you feel at peace with what's come in, talking stage. Missing piece. I just said the puzzle piece thing. It'll feel like something falls into place if it's the right time. Missing piece by Vance Joy. Final piece of the puzzle. Probably what was missing is that they needed to do some healing. Like I see this all the time in the divine feminine, or in this community, the divine feminine, I'm not talking about a woman. People hear feminine and they're like, that's a woman. No, it's not. And if you're both of the same gender, the feminine, the divine feminine is usually the one that begins healing first, is aware of the connection first, awakens to spirituality, usually chasing. Whereas the divine masculine is usually the one that resists it, that runs from it. So if you're of the same gender, that's how you know which one you are. Make sense? And sometimes we can shift those energies. But anyway, what was I saying? I think the final piece of the puzzle was them transforming. All right, back to tarot. It's weird. The way that I'm going back and forth between decks and tarot, decks and tarot, decks and tarot, usually I do like each deck and then I do the tarot, right? It just made me think like maybe you and this person have had a lot of chapters. All right. So back to tarot. Now we're going to look at their intentions. I asked what you needed to know about them, how they were feeling. Okay, intentions. So let's look at their current intentions right now, like right this minute. What are their intentions? Five of Cups. So they want to heal. Their intentions right now are to heal past wounds, to heal the wounds within this connection. The Five of Cups in reverse has a message to rekindle your hope for a future, to show you that you can trust in them, or to show you that they've been working on healing past wounds, to show you a new perspective. We have the Empress. So the Empress is about, I always say, Empress, I do not chase, I attract, but there's so many meanings to these cards. So in love, the Empress is about a healthy, sensual, committed connection. It's about nurturing something, the birth of something new. This is good. It's like this person wants to stop crying over spilled milk. They want to stop feeling like a victim. They want to heal this, make amends. One more for their intentions. Ace of Cups. Six of Swords. So they want to move this into calmer waters. They want to repair a disconnect between the two of you. Reconnection. It's King of Cups. That's good. So they want to come in showing a healthy balance of head and heart, showing that they're more emotionally mature. They want to keep calm. They don't want to react. My freaking Wi-Fi, like, geez. You know, I tend to look at everything as lessons, and like, I've been having problems with my Wi-Fi. Story time. I've been having problems with my Wi-Fi since last year, and I know it's only January. Ho, 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 last year. Ho, ho. But I've been having problems with my Wi-Fi since maybe 7 or 8 months ago, and it's been continually going on. And then 7 or 8 months ago, we tried to get it fixed, and I think we're with Bell, I don't know. And they came, or they did something online and said, we fixed it. They didn't fix it. And, you know, my partner kept calling back. It reminds me of that contractor I had. He kept calling back and they kept saying they were going to fix it. Should be fixed now. Still wouldn't work. And then I think this has something to do with your reading. Just hear me out. So I would tell him, the Wi-Fi's not working. And he'd be like, are you sure? I don't have a problem with it. And I'd be like, my Wi-Fi keeps going out. Like, what do you think? I'm making this up? So then they sent a new router and it was still not working. And still, again, when I said to him, it's not working, he's like, are you sure it's not working? Mine is working fine. Like, almost not gaslighting me, but making me feel like I was imagining things a little. Maybe you're a person. I'm just saying. There's a reason I felt called to tell you this. But it's like, at what point do you, this is what I said to him, at what point do you draw a line in the sand and put up a boundary and choose another provider? Because 8 months later, it's still happening. So I finally got sick of it. And I told, by the way, I don't make phone calls, so I'm not calling them. But I finally told him, you need to call and get this fixed because I'm getting sick of this. Like, it's a big reason why I can't do live readings because my Wi-Fi is shitty as hell. And for what? Like, why are we continuing to give them our money? Why are we continuing to keep them as an internet provider if they suck? You know? So he finally called the other day and they said, we did this magical thing online. It should be good now. Not good. It got worse. So then he called again and got a new router sent. And then this morning, my Wi-Fi was going in and out. And I told him, my Wi-Fi is still like dropping every 5-10 minutes. Are you sure? Mine's fine. So I'm at the point where I'm like done with this place. I think it's Bell. I don't know. I'm done. It's time. Like, the reason I'm mentioning this is to me, there's a lesson in everything. And I learned my lesson last year. If something is not changing or somebody doesn't want to fix the problem or heal, do you know what I mean? I feel like that's symbolic of this reading. Like, it was time to put up boundaries on your side, or it was time to stop responding, or whatever it was for you. It's like giving to a situation that's not giving back to you, right? But we continue to give them money every month for shitty Wi-Fi. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, if you're new here, I like to go off on these random rants. But I see symbolism in everything, and it's still off. My Wi-Fi is still off. Anyway, I just feel like there's something about that that's symbolic to this. Remember the change card that came out? Like, maybe you wanted Wi-Fi from this person. You know what I mean? Figuratively speaking. And they kept giving you shitty Wi-Fi and mixed signals. Anyway, what were we talking about? Ace of Cups. Further intentions. We have the Ace of Cups. So, an offer of love. And remember their current energy, the Ace of Swords with the hand around it. This one's holding the cup. So there is an offer of what looks like emotional stability coming in. All right. What action is this person going to take towards you? Because we were seeing something very soon coming in. So let's see what that is. Near future action. So the next month, near future action. One more. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Coming in to put in effort. Eight of Pentacles, wanting a renewal. Wanting to do it right. The name Matt could be symbolic. I see on these cards there's like something. So Eight of Pentacles, wanting to put in effort. Wanting to invest in this connection. We have the Knight of Swords. That is fast-moving energy. So the Knight of Swords, someone, look, sword up. Sword up. So they're coming in wanting to talk to you, coming in very quickly with the Knight of Swords, maybe even impulsively. Like maybe they just work up the courage one afternoon or one evening and was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to hit send. Strength. So coming towards you with confidence. Good energy. This is good. It looks like they're coming in strong, secure. Remember that card? Oh, Five of Swords in reverse. Wanting to make amends. Not wanting to come in and cause conflict or fight. This can also have to do with reconciliation. Five of Swords in reverse. What's underneath the Knight of Swords? Two of Cups. So having the courage and the strength to have an honest conversation with you. Three of Pentacles, getting on the same page. So make sure that they're being a teammate. Make sure they're open and honest, heartfelt conversation. This wouldn't be a crumb. And if you get the crumb, it's not the right time. Do you know what I mean? If you get like a, hey, or I don't know. You know what I mean. You know exactly what I mean. For some of you, you've already gotten it and you didn't answer. Another modem has been replaced. Maybe we should replace companies. Do you think? What is your advice about this communication? Six of Swords, Three of Wands. So make sure they're showing growth, okay? Make sure they're showing growth. Transition into calmer waters. So take this as a transition, right? Don't think this means you're automatically back together. You want to see if the waters are still choppy. So take this slowly, treat this as a transition, see where it goes, right? Reconnect. Slowly is what I'm hearing. Three of Wands. So I wouldn't be rushing in any decisions. See if there's been change, see if there's growth, see if there's forward movement. Or if it's just a, hey, I thought of you the other day. And you're like, oh, I think about you sometimes. And then they go silent. Do you know what I mean? Make sure there's forward movement. I wouldn't be rushing. My point is, Three of Wands. I wouldn't be rushing to start a relationship. I'd be reconnecting, moving it into calmer waters, transitioning out of silence into reconnecting. Makes sense? If it feels heavy on your body, remember what I said. If your body reacts negatively to the communication, it's your body's way. It's like your body is actually rejecting it, okay? What's your advice? Any other advice for my bestie? Send Kelly cookies. It was worth a try. It was worth a try. I stopped shuffling on the Three of Pentacles, though. Make sure they're being a good teammate in love. A connection can't thrive where only one person is doing the work. But anyway, what is your advice? What is your advice? Queen of Swords. Speak your authentic truth. Know your worth. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. Don't be afraid to... I don't know why I heard that. I've never heard that. I just heard don't be afraid to hold them accountable. It doesn't mean you have to, like, when they come in, you're like, you better be accountable now. I'm not saying that. But if they're coming in the wrong way or not taking accountability, hold them accountable by keeping your boundaries up. But speak your authentic truth and know your worth. Trust your intuition, the moon. Don't trust your fear. Your fear will tell you, and I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm just going to lay it out here. So your fear would tell you, where's that Ace of Swords? Communication comes in, the reappear. Hello. Your fear would tell you, okay, let me lay this out. Communication comes in. It's not that much. It's small. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but this is my advice for you. This is what Spirit is telling me. It comes in, it's small, no accountability, not really vulnerability. It's almost like they're testing the waters, right? Don't let your fear of, oh my gosh, if I don't respond, they're going to think I'm not interested and they'll never message me again. Wait for something better. Trust your intuition. Trust your emotions, right? If emotionally you feel put off by what you're getting, or you feel like you're seeing some red flags, keep up your boundaries. Don't act out of a place of fear and respond quickly, right? All right. Let's get a few more channeled messages for you. I actually want to get the deck I was originally going to the deck I was originally going to get. I have a couple of new decks coming on Monday. I'm really excited about them. Of course, I'm going to be here to do a reading with you. I want to get 2 of these, and then I'll get those. So 2 of these. We've already shuffled them. 2 of these. Make it good. Make it count. Make your message count. 2 cards. Just 2. Okay. There's something about gossip here. Okay. And Aries energy. Fateful encounter, impossible to avoid, big impact on future, questions your belief system, important life altering event. The moment I laid eyes on you, I knew. I can't explain how I felt, but I knew I was meant to find you. And we have Aries 82, so 1982, August 2nd, February 8th, maybe this is when that comes in. I was impulsive, irrational, and selfish. I pushed the connection to its breaking point. I'm sorry for causing so much conflict. Self-sabotage. Who's eating now? My belly's grumbling. What are you eating? I want some. Gossip. Unable to control and has an overwhelming need to share false or misleading info. So this is what happens, and I think, well, anyway. I think this person probably spoke to other people about your connection and left out, like, details about what they were doing so that the people around them had an opinion about this connection, or remember the age difference, if there's an age difference between you. I'm an idiot. I spoke about our connection as if it was trivial. I didn't respect the sanctity of our connection. I insisted on... No, that's not what it says. Instead of keeping things between me and you, I allowed others to interfere. And sometimes that happens when somebody wants validation. You know, I've done it. I've gone to my sister and I've been like, this is what happened. Tell me I'm not imagining things. But for someone who's lacking self-awareness, they could have left out some things that they were contributing to this connection. Do you know what I mean? Who's eating? You go ahead and eat, but you're making me hungry. I just heard these pretzels are making me thirsty. All right, we're just going to get a few of these for you. Messages from this person. What do they want to say to you? What do they want to say to you? Whoa. Understanding. I see your side of the story. So this is someone who could have, struggled with like black and white thinking. You know what I mean? But now they're seeing there's a gray area. What I'm hearing is like there's always 3 sides to every story. Yours, theirs, and then what actually happened. So maybe they were very like stuck in their own perception. But now seeing your side of the story, we have soul contract. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So clearly you've taught this person an important lesson. Damage. We are both hurting from this. So I think this connection damaged the both of you. Taught you. There goes my stomach again. Taught you both lessons. Missed opportunity. I didn't act when I should have. Reminiscing. I miss our inside jokes. 6 of Cups energy. So maybe you and this person had a lot of inside jokes. Mr. Crow's outside. Values. We have too many differences. So there could be differences between you. There could be a difference in religion, in culture. Mr. Crow. In age. Maybe you two are very different in some way. Yesterday I mentioned I was hearing something about like emotional versus logical. Maybe one of you has kids, one of you doesn't. Maybe one of you were more committed. Maybe one of you makes more money. Differences, different racial backgrounds. Holding back. I should have expressed myself better. So maybe they didn't express themselves in the right way. We've also got gossip on the bottom, so they should have expressed themselves better to other people about this connection. The stress from this is draining me. They're hitting, remember, rock bottom. Inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. Soul connection. They always feel your energy. I swear I don't work for Vance Joy, but fire in the flood. I'm hearing that. Self-love. I am still trying to heal. That's good that they're trying to heal. I commend anyone who tries to heal. We have, I want to reveal. I want to tell you the truth. And it came out with this one, third party. There were other things that got in the way of our connection. So they might want to reveal to you that, maybe friends got in the way of this connection, or opinions of others, or the fact that they were mentally materialistic and work got in the way. I'm afraid of what other people will think. Reunion. They've got to get over that fear if they want to reunite with you. Unfinished business. We still have things left to resolve and discuss. That's what I was saying earlier when that some card came out and I said it. Mistakes. I wish I could right my wrongs. You can right your wrongs. Mistakes are not the end. Like, we would never learn anything if we weren't allowed to make mistakes, or if we didn't make mistakes, we wouldn't learn anything. A mistake is a chance or an opportunity to learn. Anyway, I wish I could right my wrongs. I did see that in tarot. 5 of Cups in reverse, 5 of Swords in reverse. I'm afraid it's too late to take action. For some of you, it's been a very long time since you've heard from this person. Absence. I feel like a part of me is missing without you. All right, so I'm going to leave it here, my friends. Oh, Spirit, stop. There's one deck that Spirit's telling me to get 5 cards from. Whoops. Why? Why now at the very end? Why at the very end? All right, 5 cards. Advice for you. I'm only getting 5. I'm only going to get 5. So weird. I never pick this deck up at the end. 5 cards for you. Advice. 5 cards. Three, 4, 5. And look, no bottom of the deck, which means that's it. I'm curious to see what these 5, 6 cards are. We have an unexpected end, a total wreck, breakdown, liberate, over and done. So it does feel, like I said, this person could have hit rock bottom, or they could have went through some sort of tower moment in their life that caused this epiphany. This could also be this connection, like maybe when you put up boundaries. We have geese on a quest. I heard Canadian geese outside yesterday. On a quest, migration, dependable, know where you're going, leaves no one behind, cyclical, faithful. Cyclical? I don't know how to say that word. Interesting. Canadian geese. I think I looked that up yesterday, and it's trust your inner guidance with this one. Lily. Established, ambition, experience, sexuality, achievement, longevity, mature, career, virtue, development, retired. So make sure this person is coming in more mature, is what I'm hearing. My tummy, what are you eating? Like, oh my gosh, this always happens to me when somebody's eating. We have the raccoon, problem solver, curious, asks questions, adaptable, creative, entrepreneur. Make sure this person isn't coming in wearing a mask. Make sure to ask questions. You know what? If you've been... Remember, we had one card about financial focus and an increase. So this one talks about wealth. It talks about retirement. This one talks about an entrepreneur. So if you've been thinking about starting your own business, mission. Maybe you're an artist, the raccoon. Maybe you're an artist. Tap into your creativity. Go after your mission. We have careful aim. So be careful with this communication. Implement a strategy. Interesting. So just be careful. Have your wits about you. I think this person is actually, though, thinking about how they want to come in. They want to come in right. And Phoenix, yes. Death and rebirth, catalytic heart awakening, rising up from the ashes. Total transformation, complete renewal. I think your person is phoenixing. Renewal, complete transformation. Remember, they'll be looking different. Anyway, I don't know why Spirit wanted me to get those, but I got them. All right, guys, I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon.